Welcome. Tonight's a little different. We're going to see how this goes. If you just caught me replay and you didn't catch me live, you want to see me next time, visit me on my website. I have an events page to let you know when I'm going to be doing live YouTube videos. In the description below, you can find those links. And then I think I also have it on my website and have it somewhere else. I don't know. But follow me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram. Please subscribe. It helps me so much to grow my channel. But that's how you can find me next time. But normally kind of the night looks like a group reading for everybody, and then we follow it up with individual readings. Those individual readings are free. If anyone does want to donate, I kind of put them to the top of my list, and I go ahead and get their readings done first. But tonight's theme is all about the new moon in Taurus. So stick around if you want more information on that. Hey everyone, sorry I'm getting on so late, trying a different location tonight. For those of you who are live, can you tell me if you can hear me, if my connection is good? I know I am super yellow and it's killing me. I hate it so much. This is my she shed that I am trying to start working more out of. I finally have power in here, so I can heat it up, and I have a little bit of lights, but of course we hooked all the electricity up and the main light in the attic doesn't work. So it's really dark in here and I'm having to use a bunch of lamps, and that's why I'm so yellow. Gonna fix that. Thanks, Cheyenne. And I've got all my tarot stuff, but you really can't even see it behind me. I'm gonna figure it out. And I've got a new tapestry ordered, and I'm super excited to put that up. This is gonna be my sort of woo-woo zen shed, and I've filmed in it a few times. You guys might have seen a little bit of it. I just need to do a little bit more finishing touches, but I'm actually going to do a video on how to kind of set up your sacred space. So subscribe if you want to see that video. It's coming down the line. All good here. I can hear you. You're Taurus. Awesome. Thank you guys. I'm worried because I'm in my shed and I'm wireless. So if at any point your connection gets funky town, just let me know. Because I wanted to test this out tonight. And I'm hoping we can make this work because I really like being in this space a lot better than my husband's man cave. It'll be a little bit more me once I got everything set up and my lights are not yellow. Alrighty. So outline theme of tonight. Tonight is the new moon in Taurus. And so I am currently trying to learn a little bit about astrology, learn a little bit more about tarot so I can teach you guys. I think it's finally kind of coming up on my list of can't put this off anymore. But let me just read. So the new moon in Taurus is kind of all about just refreshing, recharging, resetting your batteries. It's really about rest. So tonight, tomorrow, make sure you're resting. Make sure you're just kind of not doing too much, not being too active. Focus on just sitting, resting, feeling those feelings. And it's really about manifesting what you want in this next new moon cycle. And whether or not you believe in astrology, that doesn't quite matter. But, this is a great excuse to set intentions. And so Taurus is all about, it's an earth sign. So it's all about stability, finances. I'm reading some of this, wealth, boundaries, career, let's see, adventure, which also means travel. All of this, home safety, foundations. I'm sharing this all on my Instagram. So if you want to see all the details of this, jump over onto my Instagram page. And this is just all about focusing your intention on what you want. So this Taurus moon, think about really tonight setting your intentions, putting it out there, but it's not in an active sense. It's about reflecting, being okay, what do I want out of this next month? What am I really wanting to manifest? And this is supposed to be a powerful manifestation new moon. So especially in money and career. So I'm yes, I'm all about this. It's also talking about luxury items, money, physical pleasures, strong and stable foundations. So one of the affirmations you can use is I'm excited by the abundant future I'm building for myself. And there's all sorts of like crystals and fun things you can use. You can see that on my Instagram. I sort of shared some of that. So I'm not huge into astrology. I'm trying to learn it for you guys. I actually bought myself some astro dice and I'm really excited to use that. But tonight is sort of all about manifestation. So I'm going to ask our guides for the group reading, what do we need to know about manifesting what we want in this next month? And again, if you can't like do this tonight, it's okay. I mean, I guess according to astrology, it has to sort of be tonight in this energy. So you could take a bath tonight. You could just light a candle. You could pull out your journal and just write the things that you want before bed. So you're doing something for the new moon. You can put these manifestations outside. You can use these crystals, charge them with the moon, even though it's kind of like a lack of moon tonight. But all of these things you can do to set the intentions. And again, release those intentions. Don't stress out about them. Don't think about them too much. It's about getting it out there and letting it go. It's 3 a.m. here. That's okay. That is, you can still get that new moon energy on. It's probably perfect timing. All right, so we're getting 4 cards. And then my guides want me to pull from this deck. This is my first tarot deck ever that I bought. And I've got all the links to the tarot decks in my description down below. But this is like a fairy tale style tarot. And actually, this one you can't even get anymore. I looked it up today. Like, you can get it, but there's so many copies left. It's like $180. I'm like, geez, I should take better care of these. All right. So how can we manifest better? I have message in a bottle. And I'm immediately feeling like this is intuitive messages. Sorry, I keep messing with my hair so much. I've got my heater blowing up at me and it's like blowing my hair in my face. It's all staticky. Message in a bottle. So I think your guides are trying to connect with you. They're trying to tell you the right way to go. I'm getting like, this is like, okay, I want to manifest more money. I want to manifest this or that. And they're trying to say, we hear you. We know what you want. We're trying to send you signs. Pay attention. This is that message in the bottle that's coming through to them. Time for a nap, which also makes sense with this new moon. I hope you guys can see this. What's my best angle? Sort of there. So time for a nap. It's about taking a break. So even though sometimes when you think, oh, I have to manifest, I have to do, this is a very reflective and passive manifesting. You're thinking about things. You're kind of like, this is what I want to do differently this month. But I'm really believing I have the intention that I'm going to make it happen. And I'm putting it out there. I'm letting it go. I'm giving it to the universe. And my guides are even telling me that you can literally just walk out tonight, look at the moon, sit with the moon. I mean, even if you can't go outside if it's too cold, just kind of looking out at the moon and just meditating and sort of concentrating on the moon for maybe like a minute or two, sort of like you would do a candle meditation. That might actually be super helpful. And they're showing me like sit with the moon, connect with the moon. I did this once on the beach and it was just magical. I absolutely loved it. And then you can just sort of, they're telling me to tell you to talk to the moon, send those intentions, send those manifestations that you want to happen to the moon, like talk to it as if it were a person, and then just let it go. Imagine your little intentions being like put in an envelope, maybe being put like in a paper airplane, shoot it towards the moon, imagine the moon receiving it, and then just let it go. Know that the moon has heard your message. Let's see. Loyal heart. So again, how can we manifest with this new moon? Loyal heart. And I'm getting, so normally this card is with relationships, but I'm sort of feeling like the energy is be loyal to your manifestations, be loyal to your intentions. So if you're putting it out there that you want to make X amount of more money next month, be loyal to that intention by showing that you still want it. Show the universe that you care and that you still want to manifest it even after tomorrow. Go into every day being like, this is still my intention. This is still, whoa, oh my gosh, I'm turning yellow, I'm turning blue, I'm turning yellow, I'm turning blue. The camera can't decide. This is why you never light with 2 different color temperatures. I'm such a filmmaker. I can't like let it go. But yeah, loyal heart, be loyal to that intention, keep with it in the next like month. Don't just be like, oh, I'm letting it go. And then I'm just sitting around and I'm waiting for it. Show the universe that you're serious by meeting it halfway. And I always like to say from the book, Lucky Bitch, it's all about manifestation. And that book talks about how you can do something uncomfortable, do one uncomfortable thing to, help manifest this. So if you're like trying to find a new house, then you can do one uncomfortable thing of like starting to pack up a room. Be serious about it, believe in your intention. And that's the thing with intentions. If you don't believe that it's going to happen, it's not going to happen. You have to really feel it in your heart, your soul. Same with the psychic ability. You have to believe. There's a big ass fly in here. You have to believe that you are psychic. And if you don't believe that you're psychic or that you have those intuitive abilities, it's just not going to come. Can I use a crystal ball? Because that's the only crystal that I have, or 2 iron type pendulums. Absolutely. And you don't even have to use crystals. I would say that the best time to charge crystals is under a new moon, because there's a lot of light from that moon. And I just found out about moon water. You can apparently like put water in moon water jars and then let it charge in the moonlight. And then you can use it later throughout the month to like cleanse your crystals or use it for rituals. And I was like, what? How did I not know about this? This is so cool. Yes, it shouldn't be this cold in May. Literally, oh my gosh. Every time that I'm doing my live readings, I've wanted to come out here, but it's either been raining or snowing. And I'm in Colorado, and Colorado is like famous for being ADD, cold weather, warm weather one day. I'm so freezing out here, but I got my heater. Buy yourself some Reese's Butter Cups if you're not on a diet. What? Hi, Brittany. Okay, and so then I have 2 more cards. Thinker. So this is kind of that energy of thinking about what you want to manifest. Sometimes we're like, oh yeah, I want more money, or we don't even think that far. And so with this manifestation, with this new moon, it's really about making sure that you're clear on what you want, and actually sitting down to think about like, what is not working, what is working, what do you want? I'm trying to think, like, just being vague of like, I want more money doesn't always help. Sometimes you have to get a little bit more specific. Like, I want my YouTube channel to grow. I want to have multiple avenues of income, or I want this one career to really grow and I want to grow within that, especially if you are like me and you have several things going on, you kind of have to get a lot clearer when it comes to like this Taurus new moon of like that stability. It's very earthly. It's about the energy that's kind of here with us in this realm. So again, money, stability, finances, career, home life, all of that. 10 of Swords. And I'm going to try to read more tarot for you guys, but I'm not the best at tarot. Oops. But I want to be able to be like, oh, 10 of Swords. I know exactly what that means, but I'm getting there. So I do know that Swords is like intellect and mind. So that's what we're talking about. Let's see what's 10. So give me a second. Sorry. And so this card is also warning us about financial setbacks. So even though we're trying to like manifest probably more money, more abundance, be careful of your finances. Don't overspend. If there are setbacks with your money, don't get too stressed out. Focus on that intention. Hold that intention of what you want. Be loyal to it. Don't give up on it. And again, just take a step back. Remember to take a nap, take a break, let it happen. Give the universe what you want. Be clear on it. But also pay attention to the signs that are coming through. Kind of feel like that was like a bunch of different random cards. I hope I weaved them together well. Am I missing anything, guys? I heard pay attention, take a break, watch what you spend, but be very clear on your intentions. Okay. Awesome. All right, let's get into individual readings. So tonight I'm using the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, and then I'm going to attempt to slowly use my fairy tale deck, and this is the like book that it comes with, and each of these cards are a different like fairy tale, which is pretty typical. When I found it, I was like, oh, this is so unique. But I found actually a lot of cards since that like sort of mirror it. But awesome. I'm rubbish at tarot, even though I have 3 decks and a deck of Moonology or color cards. I know, Dylan. That's where I am too. And I'm finally at the point where I'm like, all right, I just need to learn this. I've got books. There's videos online. I just need to commit. Hi, Pris. Hello, Karen. Welcome. All right. So individual readings, again, send me a donation if you want to get to the top of the list. I have both my Venmo and PayPal links in the description down below. And I am hoping that this is the last week where we have to use Venmo and PayPal. I'm hoping to be monetized by this time next Tuesday. Wish me luck. And then hopefully we'll be able to use Super Chat from there on out. All right. So I want to say I am thinking of an animal. If you can think of the animal that I am thinking of, then you get the next reading. That was a weird voice. Oh, the color is okay now. Maybe it's because it got a little bit darker outside. Fun fact, if you're trying to ever do photos or video, there's 2 sources of light. And usually the sunlight is like very blue light, which you think would be the opposite. And then a lot of the light bulbs you have inside your home are like warm yellow light. And so obviously this light in front of me is very yellow, and I have very blue light coming in. And that you never want to mix the 2 is my point. Fun fact, if you're ever taking photos or video. Owl, cat. I'm thinking of an animal. If you can think of the animal. Pris, you got it. It was a horse. Pris, let me know in the comments what your question is. Well, this card is for Pris. And so is this card. Love reading, please. Awesome. Well, give me a second with these. Sorry. Pentacles is about security. It's the earth sign. Okay, that makes sense because we're talking about the Taurus new moon. Integrity, support wealth, 8 of Wands. What is Wands? Wands is creative aspiration, like manifesting into the physical. I'm teaching myself through my live videos. Okay, well, I know this isn't the reading you asked for, but just really quick because these cards flew out. The 8 of Wands, Pris, is about swift action, making things happen, cooperative activities. What is this? The 3 princes and their beasts. I've never heard of that fairy tale. Maybe look it up if you're interested. And then the King of Pentacles, which is about support, wealth, and integrity. So that's like pretty clear story to me. Put in the time, make that fast action, be very clear about what you want. I feel like specifically for you with this new Taurus moon, it's doing all the same stuff that the rest of us are doing, but instead of kind of resting and recharging, it's doing the opposite. It's like making things happen, going fast. Okay, so that was 2 little cards that jumped out. Love reading. Clean it up. Clean it up. Clean it up. I'm getting that this is like a few things going on. Clean it up energetically. So anything you can do to just be like, I'm resetting this energy. I'm resetting the energy about relationships. There's like a lot going in your head, a lot of thoughts around it, a lot of energy, a lot of emotions, and you're just kind of constantly living in all of this in your aura, and it's just kind of like a mess. And so your guys are kind of wanting, oh, Jesus. That scared my dog. My dog just banged on this window. Okay. So yeah, cleaning up your aura, just, you have a lot of it that's old, that's in your aura is sort of what it feels like. And it's just like, you need to get rid of it. Whatever you feel like you need to do, sometimes like a sound bath or like an actual bath, a meditation, just get all that gunk out and then clean it up with your intentions. Use this moon tonight as a way to be like, all right, gotten rid of the old. What do I actually want? Like, that's the question we need to be asking ourselves tonight. What do I actually want? And sometimes we're like, oh yeah, I want money. Oh yeah, I want a relationship. But really, really try to think about what it is you want, what it is you're trying to manifest, really visualize it. And sometimes forcing yourself to do that is like complicated, and you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't quite think about what I want. And doing that will actually help you manifest it better. So, Pris, clean it up. Clean it up energetically, clean it up mentally, emotionally, clean up those intentions. Just clean it up. Awesome, awesome. Hey, I need to text my husband because my dog is just going berserk. And it's driving me nuts. It's probably driving my neighbors nuts. I totally had a feeling. I knew I was going to do that. I knew tonight, I was like, in the middle of my readings, he's going to be barking, and I'm going to have to text my husband. All right. Okay. Next individual reading. Let's do, I'm thinking of a color. If you can think of the color that I'm thinking of, then you get the reading. For those of you who have seen me more than one night, curious how the video quality of this is in comparison to my last one. Because I'm just using my laptop camera, and normally I use my husband's fancy web camera. I'm wondering if you can even tell the difference. You're welcome, Pris. I feel like it looks grainier. I feel like I'm like super yellow, but pink. MEG, you got it. Dylan, you were like that close. MEG, new here. You jumped in, got a reading. Emmy, let me know what question you have in the comments, and I shall pull a card. And again, if you want to send a donation, you can do that, and I will make sure you get kind of a longer reading, more cards, and we'll kind of stop what we're doing to make sure that you can get to the front of the line, so to say. Now my leg is getting hot. Okay. Guess what my guides have been trying to tell me my next career steps. Okay. Emmy's guides, what have you been trying to say? They want me to pull this one. And I think that's the other reason why I really want to use tarot, is I feel like tarot has a lot more depth to it, that I really feel like I could just go further with my readings with tarot. So, okay, so Prince of Wands. Wands, again, is about manifestation, creative energy. I can't remember what the princes are. I pulled this in reverse. So this is about like, so normally upright, and I read my cards reverse. Upright is like being adventurous, going after your goals, kind of that super yang energy of just like attacking, moving forward. And so you can see this like cat is like chasing a bunch of mice. Which fairy tale is this? Dick Whittington and his cat. I've never heard of that fairy tale. But since I pulled it in reverse, Emmy, it's sort of the opposite. That energy of slow down. And this is like totally for me too lately. I've had so much like creative energy. I've been so excited about so many things, and I've just have like lists upon lists of new ideas, and I'm trying to do too much, and I'm like totally burning myself out. So Emmy, same for you. It's kind of like slow down, stop going so crazy over it. You don't have to work hard to manifest the things that you're manifesting. You can manifest with literally just a thought. That's for everybody. They're telling me, like, with this new moon in Taurus, it's very like, whenever I think about manifesting, I'm like, oh, okay, I've got to do all these things, put it out into the universe, and then I got to like go and show them how serious I am. And it's like the opposite. They're like saying, no, just put it out and let it go, like a smoke in the wind. I don't know. Just like let it go and don't put any more effort into it other than up here. And they want you to solely believe in the power of how strong your mental intentions can be. And so, Emmy, this is just about slowing down. Don't go after things so quickly and so intensely. Try to embrace the opposite energy of receiving and knowing that abundance and flow can be receptive. You just open up to what is already there for you versus trying to work harder, put in more hours, like burn yourself out. That's like the opposite of what we're going for here. I mean, that's funny. You're like, what am I doing wrong? I'm a turtle. Maybe you're not going slow enough, Emmy. That's funny. Let me just pull a card. It's all in the timing. TikTok. Because I wanted to ask, like, why do you keep getting this message and you're like already feeling like you're doing enough? And it's like the timing, like the universe has its own timing. It has its own way of doing things. It's going to manifest, but sometimes it's just out of your control, the timing. Hurry up and wait. Exactly. So it's like, don't push yourself. Don't burn yourself out because it's not going to happen right this second anyway. So take care of yourself. That's kind of like the energy that I'm getting. All right, let's do another reading. I really like being in this room. I like not being able to hear like everybody around me upstairs. It's very nice. Very zen in here. Even though you guys can't see much of it, it's very nice. I am thinking of a state, a state in the United States. If you can think of the state that I'm thinking of, then you get the reading. You're welcome, Emmy. If you're new here, please subscribe. It helps my channel so much. Even just liking the video, commenting, all of that good stuff helps me a ton. And if you want to, again, see some of the cards that I'm using, I have links for those below. Also, secret time, you guys. If you go on ALI Express, I'm never going to give out the secret again, but I've been like obsessed the last couple days. ALI Express is kind of like I don't know what to call it, but it's a website that basically connects you to the wholesalers themselves. You can find tarot cards for like $4, you guys. $4 for like the cards, sometimes less. And then maybe like $2-3 shipping. You get tarot cards for like $7. I just bought like 3 new tarot decks. Obviously though, that doesn't support the artist. Sometimes what it does is it cuts out the middleman and you just go straight to the people who ship it. So it's not like illegal or anything. But it's not technically supporting the artist. But my intention is that I'll share it with you guys and leave them in the links and help them make their money back through affiliate sales. I'm thinking of a state. If you can think of the state that I'm thinking of, then you get the reading. Yeah, I just bought 3 new tarot decks. I bought a bunch of decorations were in here. I bought Astro Dice. I'm so excited. So excited to put them all in my videos. Nobody's gotten it yet. I don't know them. I'm from the UK. Oh no, sorry, Dylan. Well, I think I picked a pretty major one, so maybe keep trying. Keep trying. Nobody's gotten them yet. And I feel like if you jump on my lives often enough, you'll realize how uninventive I am, and I'll basically do the same things over and over again. So you might just get the reading because I'm not very creative. Let's put that the other way. I'm thinking of a state. If you can guess the state that I'm thinking of, then you get the reading. Once you guys know what it is, you're going to be like, oh, dang it, why didn't I guess that? I think I'm going to need, though, another light back there. Yeah, I'm going to need another light. If it's in North Carolina, give it to Dylan. Oh, Lori got it. New York. It was New York. I almost missed it. And then Dylan got it like 2 seconds later. That's funny. So Lori, let me know in the comments what question you have. I'm just going to pull these cards because I'm wanting to practice with them. So I'm just going to ask how Lori can manifest better with that deck while I wait for her other question. Let's see. 9 of Swords again. Lots of Swords energy. Or no, wait, no, it's a lot of Wands energy that we had. So what are Swords? Swords are air, intellect, clarity, conflict, judgment. So it's very like up here. So okay, so how can you manifest more, Lori? There's a part of you that feels like there's a lot of things in your way. You have a lot of anxieties, a lot of like things where you're like, oh, I can't manifest this because XYZ. Like, oh, I can't make that much money because of my job, or I can't do this because of X. And so this card is like showing you that these are all illusions, they're deceptions, they're not real. They're all in your head. So it's time to get out of your head, get out of those kind of those thoughts that you keep telling yourself because they're not real. You can manifest anything you want, but you're kind of putting those mental blocks in your way. 9 of Swords. So Swords, intellect. General reading, please. Okay. Pulling more cards tonight than I normally do. Breathe. An unfinished symphony. I feel like, Lori, your energy is sort of like, tell me if I'm wrong, but it feels like you want so many things and you're trying to be like, oh, I want them all. I'm so frustrated that they're not happening. And I think the guidance is to just let it go, to breathe, take your time. Again, it's like that new moon energy of like, take a step back, breathe, rest, recharge, get out of that burnout mode because it's going to happen. But there's no sense in like pushing so hard for it because you're just like wearing yourself out. And then the unfinished symphony card is basically saying like, your work of art, things are constantly evolving. You're never going to hit that like end goal where you have everything you want and you're just going to be 100% completely happy. And so a lot of times that is like scary to people, but it's really a message of like, there's always going to be things to work on, to grow, to manifest. And as long as you're aware of that, you won't see it as much as mountains, as much as like hills or just kind of little bumps to go over. And just know that there's not, I'm not putting words to it right, but there's not like this one and done sort of energy. You're always going to be working towards it and working towards a new, better version of yourself. So I'm hearing it. So why not enjoy where you're at right now? So many things that I wanted now. I'm the exact same way, Lori. Like right now, I'm just like, I have all these ideas and I just want to make them all. So yeah, breathe, take your time. It's almost like that reading that I gave someone else earlier of like the timing is going to happen when it's going to happen. So you might as well just like take care of yourself while you wait. Alrighty. Thank you, Lori. Thank you guys for watching. Curious what you guys, I knew I had to put up my animal communication course trailer, which isn't quite like my normal weekly video. So I threw up a meditation yesterday so that you guys still had a little bit of something to mess around with. And I know that it's kind of a long exercise, but I'm curious if any of you guys did it yet. I did it for myself sort of lightly as I was creating it. And I felt like I learned a lot about myself and my home and kind of like where I grew up. So I'm curious. Let me know if anybody actually did that. We are regenerating right now. This new moon energy. And normally I don't like really pay attention to the astrological stuff, but I've just been feeling it. Regeneration. All right. I am thinking of a mythical being. If you can think of the mythical being that I'm thinking of, then you get the reading. And if you've already gotten a reading, you can still guess. You can give it to somebody else. And I keep dropping cards. And if you don't want to wait, again, send a donation and I will get you first. I wish there was a sign to let me know I'm headed in the right direction. Thank you so much. Lori just asked for one. So sometimes if you need a sign for something, go into a meditation, be like, show me what you're headed in the right direction looks like. And you can actually ask for like several. And you might not see it in your physical surroundings, but if you're like out and about and doing things, you might like see it in your head. But this is something you can do like anyways. You can ask your guides to give you yes or no symbols. You can ask your guides to give you a symbol if an animal is deceased or if an animal is living. You can ask your guides, same thing for humans, like, is this human deceased or are they living? And you can ask them to give you a symbol. So there can definitely also be a symbol of like, hey, how do I know I'm going on the right path? How do I know I'm going on the wrong path? You can even pull a card too if you don't want to do a meditation. I always use shamanic journeys for stuff like that, which I have a video on my YouTube channel. Wow, I just emailed you. Ha! Oh, that's funny. Nobody's gotten the mythical creature yet. If you can think of the mythical creature that I'm thinking of. Then you get the reading. Sorry. Fairies. Bam. Dylan, you got it. Wait, am I crazy? Did I already read Dylan? Or did Dylan just almost guess it like 2 times in a row? Did I read Dylan? I read Emmy. Why do I feel like I read Dylan? Maybe just because Dylan needs to be read. Yeah, I think that's it. Because the last 2 times, Dylan, you've almost gotten it. Yeah, Dylan, let me know. Bigfoot. I mean, technically mythical, right? Okay, I'm going to pull an extra card for Dylan while I wait. How can Dylan manifest better? Bam. You got, I know this one. This is 5 of Pentacles. This is, I read this book to my son like every night. The 3 Little Bears? Yeah, 3 Little Bears. So that's like the little girl who just like very rudely went into this bear's house and like ate their food, broke their chairs, crawled into their beds. Every time I read that story, I'm like, this is rude. This little girl has no manners. Okay, so 5 of Pentacles. Pentacles are that earthly energy, stability, finances, career. Now I couldn't see. This is what I need to memorize is like the numbers. Obstacles, distraction, conflict. Okay. Oh, well, that makes sense because this girl's going in the house, causing all these problems, causing all these distractions to this poor little bear family. And so I think in order, Dylan, for you to manifest what you're looking for, especially in this next month, try to, I'm hearing like find an awareness of what obstacles are in front of you because you might not even realize like what's in your way, and notice them both outwardly and inwardly is what I'm hearing. And when I say it, when I'm hearing, that's clairaudience. But notice those obstacles, notice the things that are in your way, because I just feel like an awareness of them is enough for you to get rid of them, and then you're going to move forward into getting rid of them, and you'll be able to manifest a lot better. So that's kind of an extra card. What was Dylan's question? Can I have an original reading? What's an original reading? I'll just do a general reading. What's an original reading? I'm curious. Guides, what would you define as an original reading? Co-creation? That's interesting. Okay. So Dylan, what does Dylan need to know? Dylan needs to know a lot of things. There's a lot of cards. What's the main thing Dylan needs to know? Okay, this one. Regeneration. So Dylan, I'm really feeling like this, even if you aren't exactly interested in the moon energy, there's a lot going on. There's a lot changing. I'm hearing like get rid of the stuff that doesn't work for you. And I think you know these things. I feel like you're being a little too slow about it. It's like all these things that are in your way, like even if it's in your house, like, or even in your daily routine is what they're saying. Like, they're talking too fast. Getting rid of, okay, so let's focus on the house stuff. House stuff like cleaning up, getting rid of I'm hearing like TV distractions or like phone distractions, like forcing yourself to go to bed on time, stuff like that. Getting rid of all of that stuff first, getting rid of the stuff that's no longer working for you, the stuff that has to burn and be let go so that you can grow from the ashes. And I feel like if you're able to do that, able to let go of those things, really force yourself to be like, okay, yes, I want a shift in my energy. I want a shift in my day-to-day life. I want something new. Like, you have to really want this is what I'm hearing, because I feel like you can easily fall back into the laziness of like, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to kind of keep going day to day and just wait for something to change. But if you really force yourself to really step up is what I'm hearing. Again, like, I don't know why I just really keep seeing like the routine of like taking care of yourself, doing something as simple as that. You're going to feel more energized during the day. You're going to feel better. And then you're going to be able to tackle the things that you want to tackle so much better. You're going to be able to grow from all of these things that you let go. I'm even hearing like cigarettes. Do you smoke? I'm just curious. Feels like very like health stuff. It feels like the literal physical way you're treating your body and yourself. If you can let go of that stuff, you're going to really move forward into manifesting this new moon energy a lot better. Dang, I felt this reading for myself. And that's how spirit works sometimes, is they really like to get to as many of us as possible. And I always say that. So just so you guys know how my readings work is, if you send me a donation, I will get your question. And if you'd rather not send a donation, you can play my sort of little guessing game. I'm just seeing if anybody donated. And you can play my guessing game to get the reading. Lightning Spark. Yes, you can donate for a question. Hopefully, again, this is the last night that we will be doing Venmo or PayPal. So let's be thankful for Venmo and PayPal for helping me with my live readings for this long. But I am hoping that this time next week, I monetize. I don't know how long that process takes. I'm guessing I'm going to hit the requirements by like Friday, Saturday. But I don't know how long it takes them to review and go through that whole process. So we'll see. Never would smoke or drink. Awesome. That's great. I'm glad I'm wrong about that. That could have been some of the other people in this channel that needed to hear it. Look at that. And then Emmy right away, my heart dropped because I started vaping again. Isn't that funny, Emmy, how that works? And that's why I always say reach out to me for a one-on-one reading, because sometimes you can mix up the energy of all the people that are in the chat. I could be reading a few of you on accident. And that's again why I say I can be wrong. If you don't feel like it resonates, like throw it out. It's okay. Psychics are not gods. They do not know everything. They make mistakes. All right. Lightning Spark, where did you send it through? I just want to double check. Oh, geez. It's because I had my emails off. Okay. Lightning Spark, what's your question? Let me know. PayPal. Sorry. Lightning Spark, I'm just going to pull also, how can you manifest going into this new moon, this new year? Ooh. By doing things that don't make you feel trapped. So this is the Rapunzel card. And so Rapunzel is trapped under tower. And so, okay, so this is twofold. So it's both not believing that you are trapped, but then also making sure that you are not doing activities that make you feel trapped. So Lightning Spark, I'm sort of the same way. Like if I ever feel like I'm going to be stuck somewhere for too long, my like red flags go off and I'm like, no, I have to get out. And so it's knowing the difference. It's knowing the difference between, okay, when do I actually need to get out, and when is this just me, being a little afraid that this is going to happen. Because it's sometimes when you stick with things, you're not necessarily trapped. You're just being consistent and you're working hard towards a goal. It doesn't mean you're going to be stuck there forever. But if you're constantly like bouncing around and you have that energy, then you just don't. What am I trying to say? I'm thinking of a specific person that I know in my life who like tries all these marketing tactics for their work, and they jump around from doing email lists to doing this to doing that to doing newsletters to doing this, and they grow their TikTok like super well, and then they grow their Facebook super well, and they never stick to one thing, and then they never have anything come out of it. So that's like the one side, the opposite side of like just stick with it. But then there's the other side of like, no, don't get stuck in something for too long. I feel like I'm just being confusing. What is my point? Don't feel like you're trapped. Because if you think you're trapped, then you will be. But also be discerning of the moments that you really do, those things that you do need to get out of. So in relation to manifesting this next month, I feel like that's a block that gets in your way. You feel like you can't manifest money. You feel like you can't manifest relationships, whatever it might be, because you feel like you're trapped or you're stuck is maybe the better word. You're stuck and you can't move forward until you have XYZ. Okay, that was just like me practicing with those cards. Your question is, are people by him do drugs maybe? Must have missed something. What does Evelyn want to tell me? Your guides are immediately saying if she wanted to tell you, she would tell you herself. And I kind of have been getting into a little bit more of being a little bit better about the ethics of reading other people. So I'm just going to sort of rephrase your question, just so I'm not getting into her energy when she doesn't want to be read. I just want to respect those boundaries, but still try to get to your question as best as I can. That's actually how I've been feeling. Okay, good to know. So to the sea, this is kind of her energy right now. She's just going with the flow. She's not really like committing to anything. What is going on? I'm in this weird place because I've sort of said I'm not going to read other people. How can I get around this though? So I'm just asking what you need to know about her energy versus being like in her energy field and like trying to like read her thoughts, because I feel like that's a little an invasion of privacy. And I've noticed that a lot of Instagram and YouTubers go into that, and it really kind of bothers me, and I want to make sure that I'm not doing that. But I think we can ask, what do we need to know about this person? And I think right now the energy is like it's a drift to the sea. There's not a whole lot of intentions here, like either you to her or her to you. There's no plans. There's no intention of getting together. It's more of a let's see what happens sort of thing. And so what I would ask instead is, okay, well, how can you manifest this relationship? Lightning Sparks, it sounds like that's what you want. How can you grow this relationship? Time to go. I'm feeling like leaving this relationship behind. I feel like this relationship is not for you. And if you can't even like reach out to her and see what she's thinking or how she's feeling, then it probably means that relationship is not strong enough anyway. There's not even like an acquaintance relationship there. And if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But I feel like it's like just let this one go. Focus instead on what you want out of a relationship and attracting a person that will actually be friends with you. because I feel like this one is just so like far out of reach, unfortunately. I just feel like this is like a little person and they're on a pathway and they're going to a door and you're leaving this behind. And again, going back to that first intuitive hit that I got of like, it's just like not, if she wanted to talk to you, then she would have already, is sort of like what I'm getting. And I should say that I say what I get, and sometimes it's not always what you want to hear, but hopefully it helps. So sorry, Lightning Spark, but thank you for the donation. Anything else to ease Lightning Spark's mind? Not for you. I'm sorry. And so Lightning Spark and anyone else that's sort of feeling like this, like you've been trying so hard to manifest something and it's just not working out for you with this new moon, it's again, resting, like take a bath tonight, let go, recharge your batteries, take care of yourself, get to bed on time, all of that good stuff, and then really sit down and think about what you want. So like, I really want a person that's actually going to talk back to me. I want a relationship that I'm not constantly wondering what they're thinking. I want somebody that I can text or call up and, not have to go see a psychic to, listen to what they need to say to me or something like that. And so really sit down and ask yourself what you're looking for and go into this new moon with serious manifestation. Like feel it here, feel it in your chest. You can light a candle tonight. You can write your wishes on a piece of paper and then you can burn those wishes kind of outside safely. I almost never burn anything anymore because I always set things on fire. You can also, what I got at the beginning of this reading was to go outside and just look at the moon, sit with the moon, look at it for like a good minute or two and just connect, feel the energy coming from the moon. And sometimes, to feel that energy, you have to sit there for a minute or two. And then you can sort of feel a vibration. You can feel like if it's a slow frequency or a fast frequency, maybe you feel like you're buzzing a little bit. Maybe you can't feel anything at all, but maybe you just see things or you hear things. The moon is all about intuition. And so use the moon's energy to connect, to send your intentions of what you want to manifest, and then let it go. Let it go. Trust that the moon has heard you. Trust that the universe has heard you, because it's not really like the moon literally answering your calls. I mean, a lot of people with astrology might believe that, but I sort of believe it's the energy that you put out in the law of attraction. Is there a specific time when the moon is the strongest? Ooh, that's a good question, Cheyenne. I'm trying to learn astrology because a lot of you guys have been asking me questions, and I think there's a yes to that, but I don't know. I do know that it has something to do, like it's different for different people. So like the moon affecting an Aries is like different timing than like a moon affecting a Pisces. Does anybody know more about astrology? I'm learning. I'll get back to you. I do want to do a kind of like astrology basics video because that's where I feel like I'm at, is like I want to learn everything, but it's all so overwhelming. And so I'm kind of learning the absolute basics and then kind of categorizing it. And I want to sort of throw that up in a video. So I'm like, here's what you need to know. 12 houses, 12 signs, 12 planets. And here's the basics. So that's kind of like the goal that I have. I also want to show you guys how to use Astro Dice because I only just found out about Astro Dice. And I'm like, these are so cool. Anyway, let's do another individual reading. I'm feeling like doing speed readings again. Let's do speed readings here in a bit, and we'll wrap up that way. Kemi Adoran, welcome. OMG. Let's see. I am thinking of, no, that's too easy. I am thinking of, is that too hard? I'm thinking of a country. If you could guess the country that I'm thinking of, you get the reading. Long time no see. Hey, Kemi, welcome back. I follow a few astrologers. I'm trying to learn too. We'll do it together, Cheyenne. Let me know, Cheyenne, if you know of anybody that you really absolutely love, let me know. Because there's so many people out there. There's so many people, so many books. It's just like, It's so hard to just know where to start. Speaking of things you see, what's it mean when you see a golden Buddha in your head while taking a breath? Ooh, Myro. I just had a video on that, and it's called Interpreting Psychic Hits. So you should watch that video because I answer it in like that video a while ago. It's only like a few weeks old, but I'll answer that in depth if you watch that video. You remember my pregnancy announcement? Yeah, that was forever ago. He's already 11 months. There is a moon app will tell you what percent the moon is at. Oh, nice. Yeah, I have a few of them. Hang on, let me see. Japan, Kemi got it. Carla was this close. So Japan, Kemi jumped in, bam, got the reading. It's so funny. I feel like people jump in and it's like their first time or they haven't been here in a long time, and it's just like they get it right away. So Kemi, let me know what your question is in the comments below. Yeah, the moon app. I've been using Sanctuary World and Astro. What is this called? I really like Sanctuary World. And then I'm using, CoStar. CoStar. I really like that one too. I started astrology on Tarot.com. They have good readings on there. Oh, thanks, Carla. So yeah, it was Japan. So Kemi got it. Right now I've been loving Rochelle and Insta. I'm gonna write her down. Thank you. I found one girl that like just gave the absolute basics, and like I feel like she left a little bit out, but the country one is hard. I know there's a lot of countries, but you got it, Kemi. On your screen you were first. Yeah, on my screen you were like right after you were second. I wish the YouTube chat would be a little clearer because it happens like that. Well, David, wish me a happy birthday tomorrow. I'm immediately feeling like he'll know it's your birthday. He might not know right now, but like his phone, like Facebook or something might remind him, or he might remember. He's definitely going to remember, and it's more of a commitment of, is he going to reach out or is he not? It's kind of like in the moment, will he decide to or not? And it's kind of like what I'm seeing go through his head is, do I bother her? Do I send the wrong signals? Like sending the wrong signals is what he's most worried about. So he's going to remember. As far as the future, it's always a yes or a no. It's like you never know. He could decide tonight that heck yeah, he's definitely going to reach out and send you something. But something could happen tomorrow. Like somebody could cut him off in the car, and it could piss him off and put him in a bad mood, and then he could decide not to. And that's why future readings are always up in the air. But at least Kemi know that the thought is there that he might. But the fear is like worried about sending the wrong signal. So if there's, depending on like what the context is and what your relationship is, you could reach out if you're wanting to take it. I feel like he's like an ex though. Am I crazy? Is he an ex? You use Time Passage Pro. Thank you. I'm writing all these down. Time Passage Pro for astrology. Yeah, I just want to, I don't need to necessarily go into the crazy in-depth stuff. I don't feel like I need to learn how to do birth charts or anything, but I want to be able to have, a conversation about it. And I want to be able to make a video for you guys giving you the basics so then you can go find the right people and the right resources in case you do want to go into it further. If he knows what's good for him, he better, LOL. We're in a bad place right now. You're correct. You're funny, Kemi. Okay. I'm hearing not to take it personally because the intention is there, and it's more of like wanting to be respectful of your feelings. And that's like the whole, if he's withholding, it's not out of spite. Like, it's definitely not out of that. It's out of like, I don't want to bother her. I don't want her to hate me. I don't want to like ruin her day. Like, those are the thoughts that are going through his head if he does. I am in a new spot tonight. I'm so excited about it. I talked about it a little bit earlier, but this is my she shed, which I film a lot of my videos in, and I'm hoping that my video and audio are okay. I'm on my laptop with my laptop webcam, and I'm wirelessly hooked in, so I was really nervous that I was going to be bad quality, but I kind of have all of my reading stuff in here. This is like where I do my readings. Again, I've hooked up the electricity, but of course the main light in the shed doesn't work. So we need to rewire that this weekend, but I'll show you guys around. But I have all my tarot cards behind me, all my books. Like, you can't really see, but I have like an altar space back here with like my sage, crystals, Palo Santo. But you can see like I've got trim that's still not hung up. But there's all my certifications. I got woo-woo stuff. What else? That's my window. I've got all sorts of junk on the floor. And then up there is like storage. This is probably moving too fast for you guys, but want to do more in here. Just kind of need to finish up the last little touches. Anyway, and I'm doing a video kind of on this space and how to make your own sacred little space. Anyway, Psychic Teachers Podcast has a lot of good info for all things. Ooh, thank you, Brittany. I haven't even heard that. Psychic Teachers Podcast. I'm talking to somebody too about getting on a radio. They want me on their radio show. So I'm talking to her this weekend. I will see how that turns out. So the radio shows, you guys might actually be able to call in and get readings. We'll see how it works. I'm kind of excited about it. Modern and cozy. Thank you, Carla. I need to like mess with the decorations. I'm not like a huge fan of the decorations, but we're getting there. I like your shed. Thank you. It's my Zen shed. All right, let's do one more individual reading, and then we'll jump into speed readings. We'll kind of finish up the night with speed readings. Okay, one more individual reading. If you can guess, I'm going basic tonight. If you can guess the color that I'm thinking of, then you get the reading. Thanks, Brittany. I'll let you guys know, obviously. It sounded like it was a pretty easy commitment to make. It was like, join us for 90 days. You set the time. You can either teach or you can have people call in. You can do whatever. You just have to fill up your time slot. And if you want to leave, I have to give them like so many days heads notice. I was like, that sounds not bad. Reach some more people, grow our community here a little bit. Purple. Gabby, you got it. Gabby. You got the reading. So Gabby, let me know in the comments what your question is. After Gabby, we'll do speed readings. Gabby, I'm just going to pull one other card for you because I'm wanting to. It's been a while since I touched this deck, and I just want to mess around with it some more. So how can Gabby manifest better? By being a hermit. So Gabby, the hermit card is really going inwards. And in relation to manifesting, it's like not worrying about what others think, not seeking others' approval or advice, really going within and deciding for yourself, what do I want? What do I need? How can I manifest this without worrying about, what other people think or what they think you should do? It's hermit energy of just like go within, cut out the world, really focus on your inner world, and you'll be able to manifest what you want a lot better in that space than kind of, I don't know, the opposite, whatever that is. Hello, Wendy. Welcome. We're about to do speed reading, so stick around. If you're new here, please subscribe or like this video. I understand I have to earn your subscribes. I hope I've earned them. Is it in my best interest to stay in my current relationship? Ooh, what a great way to pose that question. I love that. and that card is on point for my situation. I know sometimes you just know you need to go and like sit with yourself, but it's like the last thing you want to do because you just know when you sit with yourself, you're going to get all the answers that you don't want to hear. Okay. Is it in Gabby's best interest to stay in this relationship? I got the Thinker in reverse. Okay, so that's trusting your gut, Gabby. So if you got this in the upright position, it's like analyzing, thinking, using your analytical mind, making a pros and cons list, which, not saying you can't do, but I think that is getting in your way. All of your kind of analytical talk of what you've been doing is getting in your way of your emotions and your gut feeling, your intuition, which is why I'm saying pull this reverse, follow that gut feeling. And that doesn't necessarily mean that your gut feeling is right, because sometimes what we need to do is feel those gut feelings and feel those emotions. And I feel like specifically, Gabby, your gut feelings are like, I shouldn't be in this. This is not working. But that doesn't necessarily mean you have to give up the relationship. Sometimes you just need to feel the sadness. You need to feel like, oh my gosh, this isn't working. I'm so sad. I'm so lonely. I'm so disappointed, whatever it is. And sometimes that's enough to make you realize all the things that are wrong. So then you can go to your partner and you can say, I'm feeling awful. I've been ignoring these feelings because I've been trying to analyze it too much. But now I'm going with my gut. I'm feeling the feels. I'm realizing that things are not working for me. And this is what I need. And I kind of feel like what I'm saying to you is exactly what's going on. I also pulled the building blocks in reverse, which to me says everything kind of needs to be dismantled, Gabby. So if you do want to keep trying with this relationship, if you do want it to move forward, you can fix things. You can rebuild relationships if the other person is willing, if you are both willing. And right now, your building blocks, your foundation isn't working. And so it just needs to be like rehashed. And so this card is like in reverse. This card is very much like tear down everything, start from scratch, because the way you guys have been doing things doesn't work. And that's the whole reason why you have a shaky core, is because your foundation is shaky. And so this might be like the way you talk to each other. Your day-to-day interactions also is what I'm feeling. But all of it, might have been created. Like I'm seeing like comfort and codependency, and maybe that's wrong, but when people get into a relationship and they get into ruts and they encourage each other to stay in ruts, like my husband and I are very bad about like eating healthy and taking care of ourselves, and we will both kind of like affirm that for each other. And so we have to consciously tell each other like, no, we can't both do this and both like let each other slide. We have to be on top of each other. I feel like I'm going on a tangent, but so if that was our building block, and if that was all of our building blocks, we need to disassemble it, be like, this isn't working anymore. We have to approach this in a different way. And both people have to be, with these building blocks, Gabby, what I'm seeing is like both people have to not only be aware of the problem, both people have to be willing to solve the problem, and then both people have to be on the same page of what is the solution to that problem. And I don't mean to overwhelm you with all of that, but it feels, I don't know, with relationship stuff, I just feel very, I don't know. It comes through very clear with me for relationship stuff. I'm just seeing if there's anything else for Gabby. Gabby, again, it's, you can fix it if you want to. But also what they're saying is know the red flags. Know the red flags of if your partner is not willing to fix it, and if you're doing all this work to try to fix it, or if everything that I've been saying you've already done, and they're not meeting you halfway, then yeah, you're going to have to reassess and be like, is this relationship working for me? Again, go with the gut, because the gut is a good place to start right now. I hope that makes sense. Never heard of speed readings. What is it? So, speed readings are claircognizant exercises. And so, normally, if you're doing it in a group of people, what you do is you have two lines of people, one line that's stationary, one line that moves. And the line that moves is the readers. And so, basically, what you do is you have like 30 seconds to read the person across from you. And then your coach blows whistle. I had to do this in my classes. Coach blows a whistle, the whole line shifts over one person, and then you have 30 seconds to read that next person. And the whole point of speed readings, fast readings, is to exercise your claircognizant abilities. And there are 6 clairs, and that's kind of how you receive psychic information. And so if you want to exercise a specific clair, you can do exercises for that clair. So claircognizance is a lot of like speed reading and fast knowing exercises. But yeah, I hope that explains it. Thanks for being here, Gabby. I appreciate you. But yeah, those are speed readings. Oh, and I totally forgot. I took my son to his first metaphysical store today, and I was going to share it with you guys on Instagram because it was so cute. I'm just amazed there are classes for these things. Yes. And unfortunately, not right now because of COVID. I literally went into my local metaphysical store where this is where I learned everything, like where I started. I took so many different classes here through so many different teachers. It's such a great place. If you're ever here in Colorado, it's called Goddess Isis Metaphysical Books. But I went in to literally ask them. I was like, when are you guys going to open up to classes? And basically they can't do it until, our COVID restrictions lighten up and we can have more people in a space because it's a really small space. But I want to basically do the same things. I want to so one thing I've forgotten to say this whole time is that last Tuesday of the month, we do group Zoom calls. And so these Zoom calls, if you want to practice your psychic ability, you get on. I lead you guys through a bunch of exercises and you get one-on-one feedback. You get to read other people in the Zoom call. But basically, I want to get back to doing this in person also. So those of you who are in my area, Colorado, my favorite store, Lori, I was there today. I live really close to it. I'm like ridiculously close to it. I love it. But what was I going to say? But yeah, I want to get back to doing basically that group Zoom call, but in person. And my friend, Lindsay, who is also here in Colorado, she's like, do it. Like, I want to come. I want to do circles every month with you here. And I was like, okay, but I don't know when they're open. And anyway, that's a long rambling story. I'm going to get back to it in person. Obviously, that doesn't affect the majority of you. But if you do want to join me virtually last Tuesday of the month, you can sign up for that now in the link in the description. So you just jump on a Zoom call. You have homework before, and you have to read other people. And literally all levels of psychic ability welcome. If you are a beginner, if you've never read anybody, this is the perfect place to do it. And even if you're advanced, like everyone knows that practice is always helpful. That's why I do these live readings once a week, is it helps me practice. It helps me stay in tune and in that intuitive flow. Yeah, so join us. I totally forgot to mention that. I think we're coming up here soon on the next one, right? It's, I think it's 2 weeks away. So the last Tuesday of May is, the 25th. So 2 weeks if you want to come. Do psychics predict I'm dying rich money? All right, how does my love... Oh, sorry, guys. You'll have to ask these questions again in a second. What was the place where you got the tarot cards? I want to write it down. ALI Express, Brittany. And that's top secret. I'm probably never going to say that again because, again, it's not supporting the artists. But I'm like, well, if I link them on my channels, maybe I'll help them by getting other people to buy their decks. But it's not every deck. That's the only bad thing, Brittany, is like, it's just like, it's a few random ones here and there. Well, they do have quite a bit. But usually like the main big ones sometimes won't be on there. But Colette's cards, I saw these cards on there, $3, like $2 shipping. Do know that with ALI Express, it's probably coming direct from China. So the downside is you have to take like 2 months for it to get to you sometimes. That's the bad part. I'm in New Hampshire and have a metaphysical store in town. Not sure if she has any classes, though. Aren't they the best? I'm literally thinking about doing a video called like the best metaphysical stores in Colorado. I just worry that that's obviously not relevant to a lot of you guys, but I thought it would be fun, if I ever go to another state to do a review. How long have I been reading? Since 2014? And you can learn kind of about me and my journey on my website. So there's kind of like my main page, and you can see like my philosophy, and there's a little button down there that says learn more, and I talk about kind of how I became a psychic. I have no idea, Myro, about your question on the sign. Definitely watch that video though, because I talk about how to interpret different signs, and like, what does it mean if you saw this, or what does it mean if you saw that? There's a lot of variables that go into deciphering what they mean. So I talked about it in that. It's called Interpreting Psychic Hits video. I have to use some serious self-control there. I know, right, Lori? I literally went in for crystals today, and I was just bummed out because I don't have very big crystals. All they have are really little crystals, and they were charging like $5 for like something that small. I was like, goodness gracious, I want some like really big crystals, but I don't. I need to find a good store if you know any, Lori. You're welcome, Brittany. I've seen those. Oh, I forgot what we were talking about, Carla. What have we seen? Hey, V Cookie. I'm patient. Yeah. Oh, yeah. ALI takes forever. Okay. I'll definitely make the video. I just need to get in touch with the stores before I show up and make sure it's okay if I film. I know you're not a doctor. Sorry, guys. I'm going to get to the speed readings in a second. Oh, no, V Cookie. Because V Cookie, you said you were in India. Really? In India? You'd think that there would be so many. Okay, sorry. Speed readings. Let's go. I know you guys are asking questions. Speed readings for like the next 15 minutes. Don't know if you're ever in Nebraska, but Awakenings in Omaha has amazing crystals. Ooh, thanks, Kelly. I actually do have family in Nebraska, so I will keep that in mind. Came late. How long are you streaming for? Another like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes? I always push it way longer than I say. So yeah, if you want to get in your donations for those individual readings, do it now, because we're going to do speed readings. And by speed readings, I always am like semi-speed, semi-slow readings. Searching for crystals next week. Yeah, let me know if you find any. I'm trying to just find good deals. Like, I want bigger ones. And I feel like I want like good sized ones, but everywhere just charges so much for just teeny tiny ones. I just ordered some beads today from ALI Express. Yes, see, Carla knows. Carla knows where it's at. That's the way to make bracelets. Heck yeah. Talking about the tarot cards in there. Oh yeah. I literally ordered 3 today. Oh, Awaken Within. I'll check it out. EAGKEG. The readings tonight are free. They are all free. It's just if you want a longer reading, you send a donation. Last minute Walmart run. Gabby, put up your protection bubble. We always joked that Walmart is like the place that you gotta put up your bubble because there are crazies in Walmart. Thanks, Gabby. Good night. So yeah, speed readings. Throw your questions at me. That's what they're all about. They're not paid. Throw your questions up. You can ask more than one question. The whole point is for me to go bam, 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 bam. Can I get a message from my spirit guides? Dance, Carla, dance, dance. They're like showing me with you like disco lights, dancing. How does my love interest Mike currently feel about me? I'm feeling like he's into you, Stacy, but he might have other options. Just sent in any. Oh, sorry, guys. I might have to pause because Jordan just sent a donation. Did he? I'm just guessing because Jordan normally does. Yep, Jordan. Sorry, guys. Pause. Hold your questions. Jordan wanted to know any messages from spirit guides. Thank you, Jordan, for the donation. Jordan, you are awesome. You basically come in here and donate every night, and I love you for it. Thank you. All right. Receive. Jordan, you might want to watch the beginning of this video when it's all done. I talked about how there's this new Taurus energy coming in and how it's about manifesting and attracting what you want, but it's a very receptive, like non-attached, let it go sort of energy that's behind it. And also to ask for help. What is this in regards to? Sorry, guys, reading Jordan really quick because he sent in a donation. You have a lot of awesome things going on right now for you, Jordan. I feel like this is very like physical, like in your life, like maybe it's people, stuff going on, events. There's no place like home. Again, that very earthly, grounded stability energy about home, career, finances. You know, maybe you're not resonating with this and you're like, I feel like it could be better. But I think your guides really, with this blessed card, they want you to really appreciate what you have. Because when you appreciate what you have and you're grateful for all of it, you end up attracting more. And so they really want you to just get into this zone of being observant, being aware of what you have and what's working. This yin energy, again, being receptive, paying attention to what's going on around you. The leg up, getting a leg up, asking for help. What is that in regards to? I'm going to pull my other deck. Seven of Cups. Cups is emotions. This is, sorry. Oh, this is kind of, this theme seems to be coming up a lot tonight. It's like getting past. So, Jordan, if you feel, this makes sense. So you're feeling like there might be obstacles in your way. So this little guy is like trying to get inside this building and this dragon is in his way, I should say, like castle. And so it's a perceived obstacle. You think there are things in your way, but they're illusions. They're not real obstacles. They're just in your mind, and it's just your emotions and how you feel about it. And so, again, with those previous cards, it's like about being grateful, about being blessed, and understanding that you really have a lot of good things going for you. And an awareness of that will even alleviate some of these obstacles that you think you have, because you realize, wow, actually, I have a ton of abundance around me. And then this leg up card is kind of, if you're still feeling stuck and you want to get out of these like illusions that you think you have that are blocking you, ask for help. It doesn't have to be asking for help in like you don't exactly have to say, I'm going through this and I need you to tell me this and give me advice on this. It could just be like, hey friend, you want to go and get a coffee because you need a distraction, or you need to just go talk to somebody. It's okay to ask others for help. I feel like you're really bad at doing that, Jordan. I'm really bad at doing that as well. Anything else for Jordan? Any other last messages? You are not alone. There's a lot of illusions going on up here, Jordan, that you think are in your way that are not there. You're not alone. You have help. You have abundance all around you. What an awesome message. Thank you, Jordan. Okay. Going back to speed reading. Sorry, guys. Lone Star Gems near Newfound. Like in Bristol. Not sure if they ship or not. I'm going to go to Europe one day. Setting that intention. That's awesome. Awaken Within. I need that link. V Cookie, any messages from spirit guides? I immediately see you, V Cookie, like curling up into a warm blanket ball, turning off the lights, like having something warm to drink. I think this message is also for me because I'm losing my voice. And just getting comfy and cozy. Cheyenne, also interested in a message from spirit guides. I try really hard not to look into things when I know I've read you previously, but Cheyenne, your brother, came through right away. And the only reason why I know about Cheyenne's brother is just I gave her a reading before. And it's just a reach out sort of thing. Maybe send a text message. See how he's doing. Does Aaron still think about me? Yes, from time to time. I'd love any messages. That's weird. I hear have a beer. EAG keg. Have a beer. Who in spirit is around me most these days? I'm seeing an older woman, like Empress energy, like guide. And I don't even know who the Empress is, Wendy. But if there was an embodiment of this tarot card, it's her. And I feel like you might already know this guide. I just might not be using the same name or the visual that you're used to seeing. But she's like constantly behind you, like giving you advice and like walking with you and pointing things out to you. She's not leading you. She's behind you. I don't know whether it's my mind, but I feel someone cast a dark spell or black magic on me. Is it true? I'm feeling like maybe someone is throwing some negative thoughts at you. Point being, I feel like somebody's throwing negative thoughts at you, but just know that with the dark spells and the magic stuff, you guys can reverse that. Like, your intention, you can block that stuff from happening. You are in control of your energy. No one else can affect your energy without you saying so. So you can easily do an aura cleansing meditation. You could take a ritual bath. You can reset your bubble. You can do all these things to protect yourself, and no one can get through to you. If anything, you might just be a little bit empathic or clairsentient. You might be feeling some of those things, and that doesn't necessarily mean it's a spell or that you can't control it. You might just be more sensitive. What's up, Abdio? How are you doing? Any special events happening for me in August? Kelly, I'm seeing like outdoor warm weather, food, restaurant eating, being around a lot of people. I want to go to the Dover coast in England for fossil someday. Ooh, I want to know more about that. You're welcome, B Cookie. Check her videos, my last upload. Sweet messages from guides or loved ones in spirit. I'm just hearing like body work, Brittany. I don't know if you've been like looking into not Reiki, maybe even like acupressure. I feel like this is some sort of body work that I'm not even aware of that exists. I feel like something like that, you just clairsentiently, because it's clairsentient energy, because it's a little bit more physical, you might enjoy that a little bit more. This is like, I'm seeing you like going somewhere to pay for like something equivalent to like Reiki session or Qigong or something like that. Is there a family member that I need to reach out to, Carla? Nephew? Maybe? I saw a small boy. Interesting. Thanks. Cord cutting meditation. That one is also good. Absolutely. A lot of people think that they need to go into a store and buy like spell reversal shit. You don't need to. You don't need to. You're in control of your energy. Any messages from my guides? So this is Awaken Within. I'm seeing a lot of like computers. Oh, maybe on the book I have coming out with my co-author. Speed reading. I'm too slow. Like I'm hearing the word technical, like there's a lot of technical issues maybe that you've been having Awaken Within. Like there's just a lot of like computer technical analytical things in your way, but don't let it get in your way. Keep pushing. I feel like those holdups have made you kind of like stress out about it too much. You guys can ask more than one question too. How can I use the full moon to my full advantage tonight? Ooh, good question, Cheyenne. I'm gonna pull a card because I feel like it. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I can't do that, and then I'm like, why? I set the rules. I can do whatever. Time for a nap, Cheyenne. This is like the exact card that I pulled for everyone. that is really the energy of the full moon tonight. It is recharge, rest, relax. Again, follow me on my Instagram. I shared some stories of like tips and tricks for this specific full moon energy. Who in spirits or whose energies around me? I love your eyeballs. I'm immediately seeing a tall man, V Cookie. He's kind of creepy. I don't like his energy, so I'm going to say leave V Cookie alone. Get out of her energy. And you can say that too. Thank you for the psychic videos. I like practicing my psychic abilities these days. The fun part is when I ask to equivalence and I hear things and vice versa. That's awesome. Thank you, V Cookie, for saying that. Sometimes I put up videos and I don't get comments, and then I get in my head, I'm like, oh, maybe they don't like them. I analyze too much. I went to acupuncture last week for the first time, and I feel like it really helped me get rid of stuck energy. Yeah, I have a friend that also gets acupuncture, and she just loves it. Me, I'm like, get me away from the needles. No! Any changes in my relationship status coming up soon? Just watch. The YouTube always picks the dumbest thumbnails. You know, like when you hover over it and it's kind of like a little GIF. It's going to pick me doing that, and people are going to think I'm crazy. Any changes in my relationship status coming up? I feel like, Kelly, you're thinking about like romantic relationships, but I'm immediately seeing like a friend relationship like going bad, or the energy going flat, I should say. Yes, we are doing speed readings. So if you just joined, a couple more minutes of speed readings, ask your questions. Does Aaron have a message for me? Carla, is this a child or a loved one in spirit? I'm just curious if I'm connecting right, because that's what it feels like. Does Aaron have a message for me? Keep going. Keep going. He's an eye-tech guy. Haha, thanks. That's funny. Boy, I sure wish these guys would be more obvious in their guiding. I know, Wendy. And just know, guys, with speed readings, the whole point is they're fast. So, again, if you want a longer reading, send me a donation or book a reading with me. I can't even tell you the difference between a 30-minute and a 60-minute reading, how much deeper you can go with information, how much more you can dive in. It's crazy. Go away from me, weird man. Actually, it's true. I do feel a dark entity around me. That's why I got scared. Sorry, Vicky. Don't feel like you're scared, or don't be scared. Know, again, that you have full control. Watch the video that I made on, what was that video? It's like, there's a spirit in my house, or how to get rid of a spirit. It's a kind of an older video, so you might have to dig for it. Something about getting rid of a spirit. Because everything you need to know. It's old, but it's good. My ex is leaving emojis on my post after I stopped talking to her, after she upset me. Well, at the same time, I know she doesn't think of me. Got the reading that she doesn't think of me. I don't know if that was a question. If that was a question, I missed it. What do you see for me? Whatever comes to you, or in love, tarot time. I know you're asking about love, but I'm seeing career tarot time. I'm really feeling like career stuff is really going to start taking off for you. So really use tonight's full moon energy to like really set those intentions of what you want out of your career. Like, where do you want to go with this? Like, what is that long-term goal? Really think long-term is what I'm hearing tarot time. Ex-boyfriend from high school. Oh, I was wrong, Carla. Way wrong. I think the message, though, was hopefully still the same. If it didn't resonate, maybe that's why I was connecting to the wrong person. I didn't mean romantic relationship, but the friendship one totally makes sense. Yeah, and sometimes, I always say our guides sometimes have something that's even more important that they want to get to than your silly little question, is kind of how it comes through. So sometimes they're like, that's not important. Get this across. Hi, Julia. Hi, Julia. Welcome. If you guys are jumping in for the first time tonight, please subscribe. I am on every Tuesday night. So next Tuesday, I will be on doing live readings again. Hopefully, I will be monetized. Cross your fingers for me. Watch my videos because it helps with hours. And highly recommend booking with Lauryn. She's amazing. Thank you, Cheyenne. And if you have booked with me, please send me a review. If you guys have booked a reading with me, Facebook reviews are awesome. Or even you could just message it to me because I want to throw them up on Instagram. But anyway, thank you for subscribing, Julia. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Again, last Tuesday of the night or of the month is our group calls. So if you want to practice your psychic ability, get in the group. We do a bunch of fun games for the night. It's like an hour and a half. You get to read each other, read me. I can just kind of coach you guys one-on-one on an actual video call. It's $5 to come. Any psychic ability is welcome. You can sign up for that on my website, and it's in the description down below also. Gonna search for that after this. Yes. Any messages in regards to my love life? Actually, I used to feel my soulmate's energy. I've never seen, but not anymore. I just feel like love is like super far away from you, V Cookie, like both physically and energetically. Like I feel like physically you are so far from other people. I don't know if that's true, but it could just be the energetic feeling that I'm getting of like you're just not around people that much. I don't know. You're so right. I made a shift in what I want to study for my career. I want to be a social worker. I feel like it's good for me. Hope I'm in the right direction. Sure you are. Use this new moon to manifest. Again, I shared some tips on my Instagram story about that. Follow me on Instagram. I'll watch more and leave comments. Thank you, Carla. And I didn't realize it either. Like I used to be like a silent watcher of so many people, but once I realized like how much comments help people, and it just basically boosts you so that other people can see you. I had no idea. I had no idea that like liking and even subscribing, like you can turn off the notifications, but like even subscribing just helps out people's channels so much. I was just planning to watch all your videos to increase your views. Now you don't have to do that. I mean, you could put me on loop, but technically you shouldn't because I think that actually like looks bad, but like analytics wise, but I don't know. That's what my husband says, but I'm like, why not? Also, 2 video ideas that I've got coming up. I'm going to interview my husband about what it's like being married to a psychic. So I'm curious if you guys will think that's interesting or not. Thinking about doing that video. Also, 2 weeks from now, I had a client ask me to come cleanse her home. She's got spirits in her home. And I was like, can I please film myself? And she said, yes. And so I'm really excited because I'm basically going to film myself going into a haunted house. It's probably not haunted. It's probably not as big of a deal as it is, but I've always wanted to do a video like this. And thankfully she's letting me film in her home. Probably not going to film her, but super excited for that. I hope you guys will find that content interesting. Any messages in regards to my current relationship? I am just hearing, take your time. Miss Chips, take your time. Do you have a name of the spirit guide or spirit guide that hangs out? Because Kelly, I'm so bad at names. I literally just heard Susan, but I feel like whoever this guide is, she's just like messing with you because she's like, even if you had a name, it doesn't matter. Like, you know my energy. Why do you need a name? She's like, you can call me whatever you want to call me. Kind of scared to be in a relationship. V Cookie, maybe utilize this new moon energy and manifest less fear around relationships, manifest confidence in relationships. Your skin is so beautiful. Thank you. It's really not. It's this light. But thank you. Still want to see your opinion on that medium game. Yes, Brittany, I literally filmed the B-roll that I needed for it last Sunday. It's still kind of like in my list. I've got a few other videos coming up before that. My Ouija board video is coming out soon, but I had to film some friends getting together and playing that medium game. But I finally did it, so it's getting closer to coming your way. Can't wait to see that. So excited to see the haunted house video. Me too. I have no idea how I'm going to film myself and cleanse her home, but thankfully she's been literally my longest client. She knew me back from when I was a student at the program that I studied. She came in literally as a volunteer at this program. And so yeah, she's been literally my longest client. She's known me since I was a student, and the fact that she stuck with me even back then when I was probably a horrible reader. I don't think her house is haunted. I've been to her house before because I've done like a group. She had me over for like a spirit circle night for her and her friends. It was really fun. But I still want to go in and show you guys what a haunted house looks like, especially because there's so many TV shows out there. I know I'm getting on so many rants right now. Sorry. There's so many TV shows out there that are like, this was a haunted house. Wah, wah, wah. And they make it seem so dramatic. And I really want to show the opposite. I want to show that, yes, there might be spirits in here, but that doesn't mean it's haunted. You have control over your energy and your space and your home, just like you do your physical bubble, all of that. How to get over Aaron more, please. I'm going to pull a card for you, Carla. Aaron, get out of Carla's head. Breathe. I'm specifically, Carla, hearing meditations with this. Maybe do a cord cutting meditation. I feel like there's like some subconscious things. I'm losing my voice. There's some subconscious things that you're holding on to this relationship with. And I think it's like once you actually get into that and feel those feelings around it, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm holding onto it for this reason. Oh, that's so silly. And then as soon as you know, you'll let it go. I have that happen with a friendship that I lost maybe 2 years ago now. And I'm still like finding things in meditations that I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm holding onto it for that reason. Holy cow. So just know it'll be a progress. Hello, Princess Butterfly. Will Brandon Aquarius reach out to me? I don't know, Princess Butterfly. He feels very touch and go, like very yes one day, no another day. So if that's not good enough, reach out to him. You're welcome, Big Cookie. I love God. Hello. Any messages regarding driving tests? Practice, tarot time, practice. Because I think maybe the practice will help you have a little bit more confidence. You can ask as many questions as you want. That's what these speed readings are about. Thank you, tarot time. Do you do tarot readings? I'm trying to learn a little bit about the tarot myself to give you guys some better tips. But one of the other bajillions of videos coming out that I have, one that I've actually already recorded is, maybe it's this week's video. I don't know yet. But it's how to read tarot intuitively. So I know how to do that. Next step is how to read it legitimately. Also, did you get, I feel so silly for not knowing this, but there's the traditional Rider-Waite tarot. But there's also another type of tarot called the Lenormand. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Crazy. And I just today found out about this other tarot deck, and I'm like, what is this? It's like 38 cards? I don't know. May I know who my spirit guide is? You have too many, Vicky. One. I'm seeing just like a blue woman. Blue. Is it that Callie? That is her name Callie? She's like a blue. You're Asian guide. I'm seeing her face, but I don't know her name. I'm sorry. You pulled a card for me. You're welcome. Thank you, Lauryn. Does Aaron want me to get over him? I immediately heard like he's not even thinking about you. He doesn't even care. But that, like, don't take that in a mean way. It's like he's so moved on that he hasn't even thought about it. He doesn't even think about you thinking about him. I hope that makes sense. Hi again. Continue my Reiki education sooner or later. Okay, that's an interesting answer. Sooner in your mind, later in person. So maybe sooner in your mind of just like mentally preparing to deal with it. Maybe doing a little bit of education online. Do know that Reiki online is not legitimate Reiki. You really do need to do that in person. But actually, like, financing it to finish it, definitely later. But the sooner part of that, Kelly, is like keeping your interest and your passion in it. Will I be successful for my next driving test? Tarot time, I think if you don't get too much in your head and you practice, I think you will be. I do have a channel called Tarot Time. Oh, I wonder how I could find that. Sometimes I ask dumb questions. Sorry, Tarot Time. Will Brandon Aquarius reach out in the future? I think, did I already answer that? I felt like it was that. Iffy. Maybe not. Yes, Kali Ma. Yes, she is Maha Kali. She's my divine mother. Yay. I'm so happy she's with me. Yay. I think V Cookie, I literally saw a tarot deck that is all her. Like every card is her, which is so cool. Also, you guys, on Etsy, I feel like my live reading nights are like half live readings, half me just talking to you guys about things I'm excited about. So I apologize, but this is just what happens. But there's a card deck on Etsy that's only available for pre-order, and it's called All About the 90s, or like All That 90s. It's like a 90s tarot deck. So it's like the artwork is very 90s. Each card is like something different in the 90s, like a show or like a toy, and I'm just like kind of obsessed with it. I really want to buy it because I'm a 90s baby. I don't know about you guys. Like my dreams are like me going back to the 90s. It's like this heaven world in my brain. But yeah, if you're a 90s person and you like tarot cards, you guys should go find it. I send angels to wage attacks unlimited times continuously mercy. Well, awesome. I love God. That's one way to use angels. And I would say, in a metaphysical sense, with angels, the people that believe in angels and demons, it's not invalid. It's very much like if you believe in those angels and you believe in light and dark, and if you are asking and setting the intention to destroy the dark, destroy the demons, whatever you interpret it as, I don't think that's wrong. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that's just another form of setting your intentions. It's just sort of like, what is it that you're calling it? Like, what is that label? And everyone believes in different names for things. But yeah, just thought I'd mention that. I just don't want anyone to feel like if they're religious that they can't be a part of my group. It's just a different language. It's just a different way of interpreting things. Same with like the people who really believe in aliens and all the like bajillions of different types of aliens. I might not necessarily believe in all these classes and ranks of aliens, but I sort of believe we might be connecting to the same things. And as long as you're doing it with the right ethics and good intentions, call it whatever you want to call it. The emoji thing just started like she knew I was going to think of her less or something. I can't remember, but I'm not quite understanding what you're saying, Myra, but just like the energy that I'm getting around it is like she's trying to get your attention and just like ignore it. Oh, whoops. Sorry, catching up on your things. My romance. I'm feeling like, yes, awaken within. Yes, it's coming to you. There's something that you do that's a little off-putting. I'm hearing the word creepy. This is how other people interpret you. I don't think you're actually like creepy. I think you're almost so open that it's like it sets off most people's red flags, because like this guy is like really open and like into this kind of stuff, and this seems a little odd. And they like want to find a reasoning behind it, and that unfortunately is working against you because because there's nothing wrong with your intentions. You're into the stuff because you're into it, but I think it just sends off the wrong signal. So maybe working your way into like introducing that into a conversation. Lauryn Arnold, a good thing right now for me. I feel like, yes. Is she blonde? Like, I'm just getting like blonde hair. I don't know if I'm right. May I know if Krishna is with me? Yes. Yes, I love Krishna. He's my eternal love, even though he is a god. He's like, yes, he's got sass. I don't know if he's got sass, but he's giving you sass right now. Like, duh. Why? Duh. Yes, please send me a link, Tarot Time, because I can't I can't click on your guys' profiles in these. How does Brandon Aquarius feel about me? I feel like you guys are answering the same questions. Okay, I'm gonna catch up. Because I need to wrap up. Oh my gosh, it's almost my bedtime. How does Brandon Aquarius feel about me? I'm gonna pull a card. He's overthinking things with you a little too much. He's being a little too analytical about his relationship with you. He needs to go with his gut more. He needs to go with his feelings a little bit more. Can you see, sense my spirit guides? Thank you. I'm seeing a lot of little animals, Tarot Time, like around a creek, maybe a little rabbit. One last question for my country, as India is a very bad situation. Will the situation get better? I think yes, but slowly. Feels like a month or two. V Cookie, it feels like aid is coming your way. I feel like aid is already there, but the time it's going to take to like cover everybody, it's going to take a while to distribute that for you to actually see like a die down. Like, I don't think you're actually going to see something different for another month or two. I thought the 90s was a fun, better time too. Oh, I know, right? The 90s was like another lifetime. Oh my goodness. How did I not? I had a feeling this person was gonna like be like this. Yeah. Definitely want to block you. How do I do this? Some people are funny. Okay. In the future, what will love look like for me? Is there going to be a guy for me in their energy, light hair? Okay. In the future, what will love look like? I need to put a cutoff at somebody. Let's say after Kelly's question, I'm going to wrap it up. Okay. In the future, what will love life look like for me? Is there going to be a guy for me in their energy? I feel like there's a lot of like other things that have to happen first, tarot time. Like, I feel like you need to like kind of get your career stuff sorted out. And I kind of feel like you have to like really sit down and be like, what do I want out of a relationship? And I feel like you kind of have to go back and forth. I don't want you to think like you have to go through these things, but that's just like what I'm seeing right now in this moment. It just feels like there's other things in your life that are taking priority. So when I'm trying to like tune into what this person looks like, it just feels so far off, and there's so many variables at play that it's like it's so far out from now that like it's so hard to pick up on that. And depending on what path you take in career and in life and where you move and where you live and all these things, like it could change who you're around and who you attract. So it's like very fuzzy is what I'm getting. Now, tarot time, if you're not happy about that and you want it to happen a lot sooner, set those intentions so that you can start shifting your focus towards your love life and start attracting that a lot faster. Why do I just like being around my husband's family? They're a lot like you, Carla. That's what I'm hearing. And you probably don't want to hear that, but it feels like the things that annoy you about them are the things that you strive to not be. Like you try really hard not to be this way, and they do that, and it drives you absolutely insane because you're like, this is so rude, this is so ridiculous, but you used to be like this, so that's why it's like even harder, is because like you used to be this way a little bit. And how to handle being around them, I'm hearing to like take it in bits. I'm this exact same way with my in-laws. Exact same way. He's funny and playful. Oh, I love you, Krishna. I know I had a past life with him. Romantic status going to change in the near or far future. I'll pull a card for Kelly. I feel like multiple cards want to come out for you, Kelly, so maybe do a tarot spread on this. They want to know why. Why do you want this romantic relationship? Because whatever you're attracting for the wrong reasons. The why card is asking, like, why do you want this? Why are you asking for it? And sometimes it's like the idea of a relationship is what we want, or sometimes it's that we don't like being alone, or we want to be in the same spot as our friends and we don't like feeling behind. So I feel like, Kelly, look into why you're asking that question, and you could be asking it for all the right reasons. And then you could ask, why are you not attracting this? And I feel like I could just go a lot further with that, Kelly. And so my point is really dive into that either with a meditation or some more tarot cards, because I feel like there's more to it than just that one card. India does need prayers right now. Absolutely. Spot on about me. Only the weirdo artsy ladies like me. Well, in Awaken Within, I know a ton of guys that are like you in that sense. It's like you're super open, you're super sensitive, and most girls are just like thrown off by that because we're used to strong male energy, and not trying to generalize. But it's like we're used to those bros that are like jerks, and that's at least the energy that I'm getting around your specific reading. And so when you don't come in hot like that, they're like, okay, what's wrong? Like they're trying to figure out the what's wrong. What's wrong? Like, and there's not really anything wrong. It's just they're looking for that wrong. And so if you can take baby steps into introducing that side of yourself, or not even baby steps of, or maybe just explaining why you're that way, maybe they won't feel like you're taking advantage of them or like trying to do something weird, if that makes sense. Thank you, Tarot Time. I'll have to look at your channel. Do psychics predict I will be dying rich? Well, I don't know about other psychics. Yeah, I am probably am a lot like them, but I have evolved from that. They are still cool, but drive me nuts. Oh, I know what you mean, Carla. My parents are doctors, and they said this situation is really bad. Yeah, I've seen some videos. It's bad. I would just stay safe. Take this time, V Cookie, to learn some things. Hang out at home. Really, I don't know, dive into some things you want to learn. Just stay safe. You're welcome, Kelly. You, question mark? Well, do I predict I will be dying rich? I think if you work hard and you set your intention and you believe you will, that's what I think. I'll pull a card for you, Awaken Within. Oh, it's that loyal heart. So Awaken Within, I know you joined us kind of later, but I did a group reading at the beginning. It's that loyal heart of being loyal to your intentions. If you give up on your intentions and if you think you're not going to make it, then yeah, you're not going to make it. But if you're loyal to those intentions, for example, I have had this channel, you guys, for about 5 years, and I am still not monetized. And to be fair, 3 of those years I wasn't being serious about it, and I was maybe uploading a video like once every few months. So I really was only maybe serious about my channel like starting 2 years ago. So that's probably average for somebody getting monetized. If you're going really slow and you're not doing things necessarily correctly. Anyway, but I've held on to this intention and I'm not given up on the fact that I want my YouTube to grow. I want this to become like my full-time thing. I want to be able to provide videos. Like my ideal world is like Mondays I give out, or maybe Sundays, Mondays, I'm putting up like a weekly reading for you guys. Like Tuesdays, Wednesdays are live readings, and then like Fridays, Saturdays are kind of my big videos that I take some more time to make. But that's kind of like my intention, and I've been holding on to that for like years, and I haven't been able to get there yet. Like I haven't even done those weekly readings yet because it just takes more time. But my point is, Awaken Within, if you commit to it and if you stick to it, then yes, absolutely. But if you give up on those dreams too easily, like my friend that I was talking about earlier, who tries TikTok for like a year, gives up on that, goes over to Facebook, tries Facebook for a year, gives up on that. If he would have just stuck with the first thing that he did, he probably would be seeing some serious return off one of them. But he's just like, he gives up on himself too easily. So don't give up, Awaken Within. I like that text of Awaken with text about she will be dying rich. But you're welcome, V Cookie. Hi, April. You joined us right at the last minute. Thanks. Thank you, Carla. Thank you guys all for joining me tonight. I'm going to stop doing readings. My brain is like buzzing. Whenever I read for too long, I'm just like, I can't describe it other than my energy is just like up here. I have to like pull myself back down, ground. V Cookie. I was even thinking about that, V Cookie. I was like, how could I approach this? Because there's a lot of like nonsense about there and I want to be practical. Like if you guys come to my channel, even though I'm psychic, I like to think of myself as a very skeptical, very practical, very analytical psychic. I'm definitely, even though I'm a Pisces, like I am a Virgo rising. So I am like Virgo big time in like how I put out my energy, which is funny because it's like the exact opposite of Pisces. But anyway, yeah, I've been growing, like, tangent here again. I've been growing my Instagram channel a lot. I've been trying to kind of reach out to more people, and I didn't realize how many psychics there are on Instagram. And there are a lot of people taking advantage of people online that are basically like, "What is your ex thinking? I will tell you right now for $20." And like, and they only do like email readings, and it's just like super sketchy. They basically take your money, and they, you who knows if they're even psychic or how long they've been practicing. They just are like, ugh. And not saying that it's bad or those people aren't real psychics or that they haven't done their work. It's just there's a lot of sketchy people on Instagram, and I'm also seeing a lot on YouTube because it's so easy to attract in people that need help, and you can just tell them what they want to hear, and you can keep telling people, "Oh yeah, your ex is thinking about you. Oh yeah, he's totally thinking about you." And then it just creates this horrible negative feedback loop of you keep going back to these psychics and you keep giving them your money, and they keep just telling you lies, and you're not relying on your own intuition. And I don't know. Anyway, tangent, but point is, I'm on my channel. I'm very much encourage you guys to be skeptical. I encourage you guys to be analytical. I hope you get my point. Sorry, April. I mean, if you want to, I could definitely do it really quick. Otherwise, save it for next week. What do you do for your other job? I'm a filmmaker, actually. I'm a film producer. So I have a film production company here in Colorado, and we make commercials for various businesses. So, like social media videos you see on TV. So I've been doing that since college. And it's given me a lot of tools. It's given me a lot of equipment. It's given me a lot of like resources. Like I have a studio that I can film in. And I have all of that filmmaking knowledge to be able to make this kind of stuff, which is a super huge leg up. Making your own YouTube channel, you kind of have to have all of that filmmaking know-how. But yeah, you're welcome. Thanks, Wendy. Sorry, I'm horrible texter. It's not one of my strong points. That's okay, Myro. I totally understand. V cookie. Oh my gosh. What are you saying, Ian? There are people pretending to be you, LOL. I know you're making fun of me. Your attitude is so... Oh, I see what Ian's saying. So yeah, somebody on Instagram made a fake profile of me and was pretending to be me, and actually tried to sell a reading to one of you guys. I can't remember who that was. And then they told me after the fact, they're like, "Oh, realized it wasn't you." And they reported that Instagram. And I felt bad because, one, they were impersonating me. And two, you could easily just be like on Instagram and be like, "I'm an accurate psychic reader and here's my readings," and they can just send anything and just take your money. It's so easy to just be anonymous. But yeah, I was kind of flattered that somebody copied me, because it means I have enough of like a community that they wanted to steal it. But anyway, thank you, Christine. I'm definitely not going to tell you what you want to hear. I'm going to encourage you guys to be skeptical. I'm going to encourage you guys to be analytical. Again, it's that Virgo in me. As I am an army and watch lots of tarot videos, I get recommendations on YouTube about Mrs. BTS. Yeah, that's funny. There's a lot of people who also do like tarot channels, like completely dedicated to analyzing like celebrities' lives. Like, and I get it. It's kind of, if you're like obsessed with a celebrity, you're like, "Oh, what are they doing? What do they know?" But I feel like that's kind of like a violation of somebody who doesn't want to be read. And not only are you making it public to everybody, but you're like violating their space. And I'm like, ooh. Anyway, exactly, Wendy. Who cares what your ex is thinking? But that's literally like Instagram. Search like the psychic reading tag on Instagram, and it's just like, "What's your ex thinking? What's your ex thinking? Will they get back with you? How to get your ex back?" And I'm just like, is this all people care about? Which, I get it. there's nothing wrong with the question inherently. It's just the people taking advantage of those other people that I'm not a fan of. Well, I have the book done, so I think I will carry on with my practice, whether or not the money comes in. But you hit on some things I needed to hear. I'm hooked on your read, on me and the ladies. I hope it works out for you, Awaken Within. I want to be a model and an actress. Can you hire me after my exams? I'll hire you from India. That'll be a little complicated, but we'll make it work. On Instagram. Yeah. It took me a second, Ian. I figured it out. We are Virgos. I'm technically a Pisces, but again, I'm learning about astrology, and you have 3 major signs that you like are yours. So your sun sign is like where the sun was when you were born, right? And so that's kind of like your major one. So I'm a Pisces. That's like the one you probably all know. But where was the moon when you were born? That's your moon sign. And that's like your emotions and how you feel. So if you go look up your moon sign, and you look up, I think I'm a Scorpio moon. So you look up what a Scorpio means, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, that's definitely my emotions, which I don't really know. I still can't remember. And then you look up your rising sign, which I can't quite remember what rising means, but that's like how you perceive, or how it's like your impression of yourself to other people. It's like your mask. Sorry, that's the word they use. How do other people perceive you? So other people perceive me as a Virgo, even though technically I'm a Pisces. Which is funny because those are Pisces and Virgo are exact opposites. So the fact that someone sees me as a Virgo, like being this super analytical, skeptical person, which is probably good for my intuitive stuff, but really on the opposite end, I'm a Pisces. I'm really that intuitive feeling, just kind of bouncing around, always in the clouds kind of personality. I like your take on things, Lauryn. I'm a South Node Virgo. I sense the Virgo in you. And I also am married to a Virgo, and so he rubs off on me a lot. And South Node, North Node. All I remember is South Node means it's where you've been. It's like your karmic past, right? It's like where you've been, whereas your North Node is like where you should be headed. It's like, and it's on the exact opposite side of the birth chart. So Carla is a South Node Virgo. So that means in the past, she's been that Virgo analytical perfectionist. Carla needs to head towards the North Node in her life to really kind of level up or to ascend. And so Carla needs to be more like a Pisces, which is feeling, sensitive, openness, intuition, exact opposite of Virgo. It's like violating their privacy. If BTS won't share their romantic status, they would have you know. And I mean, that's the downside about being a celebrity is you just can't control that. Like, people are going to do it. That sucks, whatever. But that's, I think, the point of my channel. I want to teach you guys a little bit of integrity. I want there to be a little bit more integrity in the psychic work that everyone does here. I want to stop thinking about my ex as a real thing. Absolutely. I think about ex-friends constantly. And again, it's not the intention that's wrong. It's not that question that's wrong. It's the people that take advantage of it. I will fly all the way to America, work with you. That would be an expensive trip. Ready to do anything to achieve my dreams. V-Cookie, you got a film community over there that's pretty huge. You can get started over there. No problem. I think Bollywood is huge over there. Lots of independent films coming out of India. I have a tattoo of Pisces for my grandbaby, and I'm a Virgo. Oh, that's sweet, Christine. That's awesome. I'm doing good with ladies around me. Just want to find my soulmate. Yeah, use this Taurus moon, Awaken Within. Use it. And if you guys are kind of like, oh, I don't know what to do, I'm going to share some more resources. Check out my Instagram stories on how to kind of really utilize this Taurus moon. What hooks me is just that you said that the creepy, no-filtered person that I am. And again, if it doesn't resonate, let it go. I could be connecting wrong. So many psychics have told me that I have the gift myself, but I'm blocking it. I don't know if I believe that. I don't know if I believe that either, Christine. I don't see the psychic ability as a gift. I see it as a muscle. And everyone has muscles, and the more that you strengthen it, the more that you work out, the stronger that muscle is going to get. And the more you can rely on it, the more you can, the more accurate it becomes, the more there it is when you need it. But everyone is psychic. It's not a gift that only some people are born with. I think Christine, you said you were new here, but I'm a perfect example of that. I was not born with my gifts. I learned how to become psychic. My dog died in 2013. I went and saw a pet psychic, Lizanne Flynn, who I actually interviewed on my channel. If you guys want to watch that video, it's an animal communication video. And I was like, oh my gosh, this lady knows everything. I want to know what she does and how she does it. And so I went and took a bunch of classes. That's all my certifications that I got up here. I taught myself how to become psychic. And if anything, I have a harder time turning it on versus those people who were born with it, who have a harder time turning it off. I think my position is a lot better to be in. I think it's a lot better to have it be something that you need to turn on versus something that you need to turn off. Anyway, but I don't think of it as gifts. I think of it as everyone has this ability, and it's just how weak or how strong is it, if that makes sense. So if someone's told me that you're blocking it, or if somebody's told you that you are blocking your psychic ability, then I would look into removing psychic blocks. And I teach that all in my course. I have a basic psychic skills course, basically for beginners. And removing psychic blocks is huge. If you can't remove blocks to your psychic ability, then you can't read other people. So part of my practice is I have to constantly be removing my blocks so that I can read you guys. And if I'm not doing that, then I can't show up and be a clean and clear vessel for you. So that's something that I teach. Bollywood is Hindi in North India. Oh, sorry for my ignorance. So sweet that you read everyone's comments. Well, once I get a lot of people in here, I might not be able to keep up with the comments. So you guys are in a good spot right now. I can see them all. For sure, Awaken Within, feel free to send it. Oh, that's interesting because thanks for letting me know. Bollywood is Hindi in North India. They don't really accept South Indians. Interesting. So if you want to get started, Kalkiwan, which is Tamil. Interesting. I didn't even know that. I do know just that the industry over there is pretty big. And our industry in the US is really rocky right now, especially because of COVID. It was rocky before in California. Like people were moving out of Hollywood already because Hollywood was getting too expensive. And now it's becoming easier and easier to make films elsewhere. For example, Georgia is like one of our huge states that creates films. Also New Mexico. Don't come to Colorado for film because we have no film incentives. That's a random tidbit of information for you there. Christine is a Virgo. Is it harder for Virgos since that's an earth sign? Who's Christine? Oh, Christine is a Virgo. I don't know. I mean, Carla, it might be, because Virgos are definitely more analytical and earthy. I could definitely see them starting out as, not connecting to their intuition as much. But again, it's as simple as removing those blocks. I think I said it earlier. You have to believe that you can be psychic. And if you can remove those blocks and just believe and set the intention that you believe in your psychic ability, then it should be just as easy for you as any other sign. But yeah, Carla, it definitely can happen. Carla's so nice. I hope you don't mind me commenting on you. I know what you mean, B-Cookie. That even happens here. We're still fighting people who are casting white people as Asians. Ridiculous. Yes, that makes sense. Oh, what is this? Oh, somebody sent a donation. Even though I said I was going to get off like 30 minutes ago. I'm just having too much fun with you guys. Gigi, let me know what your question is, and I will do a quick little reading. I'm interested and I'm new. I just stumbled upon you tonight. Well, I'm glad you found me, Christine. Thanks for joining me. I wish my setup looked nicer. Not enjoying my setup, but I'm glad that I'm out here. me because you were right. So now I think I want to read at some point. Absolutely. Feel free to reach out to me for a reading at any time. Hey guys, I noticed there's a bunch of people joining me. I'm trying to wrap up, but I'm having too much fun, and I'm having a hard time getting off. But join me every Tuesday night. I do live readings the last Tuesday of the month. We do group Zoom calls where we practice our psychic abilities. I think somebody just sent me a donation, so I'm just going to squeeze in that reading, but we're just chatting here about all things psychic ability right now. Oh, V Cookie, that might be for the best. I don't channel, not taking any more questions unless there are donations. I do want to learn how to channel, but you can still connect to a past loved one even if you don't know how to channel. And I'm a medium, so that means I can do that. Collywood, not Colkywood. Sometimes you never know. Okay, Gigi, thank you for the donations. This is my first time on your live too. Awesome. Don't you get monetized when you hit 1,000 subs? Tarot time. I thought so too. That used to be the case, but now you have to hit 1,000 subs and you have to have 4,000 watch hours. And technically, you also have to have a Google AdSense set up, which is super easy. It doesn't take any time. And then you also just have to like abide by their policies, which basically means your content shouldn't be like negative or like really bad stuff. Like, so tarot stuff shouldn't count. You shouldn't worry there. So tarot time, I hit 1,000 subs and I was like, why am I not monetized? And sorry, I'm hearing voices. I'm hearing so many voices. Hang on. Voices that sound real, but I can't tell if they're clairaudience or if they're real people outside my shed. I think it's clairaudience. Anyway, but yeah, so tarot time, quick tip, make longer videos because you have to get those watch hours in. So yeah, I think before tonight I need 150 hours, 150 more. I'm so close. Okay. Having a hard time right now. Is there anything coming through I want to know about? Maybe a figure jack in my life. Okay. So Gigi sent a donation. I'm going to ask. I'm going to ask about what's going on or how you can relieve this stress that's going on. No place like home, Gigi. So time to shut out the world. Time to kind of go back home. Ground in your roots, ground in your home energy. Sometimes you just need to shut out the world, Gigi. I think that's what you need to do. Come home, shut out everything, only focus on the day-to-day stuff. Only focus on the day-to-day stuff. Like, get to work, get your shower, go to the grocery store. But really, you just need to like disconnect from everybody for a bit is what I'm feeling. Also, know that it feels like you're going in circles, Gigi. So this is like the round and round card, which sometimes we see that as like, oh my gosh, nothing is getting better. I'm doing the same things over and over again. Nothing is improving. But what I like to think about this round and round card is that it's like a funnel. It's that, yes, you're going round and round, but you're getting higher and higher on this funnel, and you're able to look down. You're able to see things with a new perspective. So really, you might be at the same point on this funnel, but you have all these past experiences, this past know-how, this past knowledge, and you're able to be an observer to the situation because you've been here before. So when you're in this position, you can respond differently, you can adjust better, you can react better, you can see those red flags better. So Gigi, your guides want you to know that a lot of this is mindset of you feel like you're stuck, you feel like you're going around in circles, but take a break, de-stress, new moon Taurus energy. Again, watch the beginning of my video for kind of that general message for this evening. It's specifically for tonight. And understand that a lot of that is mindset, and that if you kind of get into this Yes, I feel like I'm going in the same spot, but I'm really progressing. I'm really getting better. Then I think that it will alleviate some of your stress. I just want to pull one more card for you, Gigi. Innocence. This is the Fool card. I think, Gigi, you're just starting your journey. Like, whatever is going on right now, you're so new to this stuff. And so of course you're hitting all sorts of these problems. So like the Fool card, and this is like Little Red Riding Hood being stalked by the wolf. And so think about the foolish actions she takes and how she talks to the wolf, and she just doesn't know all the dangers that are in her way. And Gigi, not saying like you're in danger or anything. It's more just like you're in new territory, and there's not a whole lot you can do about what you don't know. Which I know is sort of like contradicting what I'm saying about this Round and Round card. The Round and Round card is more about your stress and your kind of like emotional mind, versus this card is like the actual stuff that's going on that's stressing you out right now. And it just feels like you're new to it. There's a lot for you to learn. So don't beat yourself up too much, because you're on a journey and you're going to learn more as you go. Okay, sorry, Gigi. It's like one question for one reading. So I was reading I want to know maybe about a figure jack in my life. Did you get my question? Oh, yeah. Okay, so yeah, I did read the right question. I want to know maybe... Jack feels like a very playful, fun, energetic guide. That's what it feels like. I'm sure that's the case, V Cookie. Like, it's such a huge country. I totally understand that. Any past loved ones? I'll just do really quick, but normally, like $5, like one question, but any past loved ones? Maybe a grandma, Gigi? I don't know why. I don't know what your thumbnail is, but I keep seeing cats. I feel like you also have like cats in spirit around you. Let's see, Gigi. Yes, just starting my music acting career. She just died. We weren't close, though. Oh, interesting. I wouldn't be surprised, Gigi, if you hear more from her. Especially because sometimes if you're not very close with someone in person, they tend to be closer with you in spirit a lot. It's my album cover. I don't know. And, I'm just saying that intuitively, like I'm seeing a lot of cats. So maybe there's something around cats that you need to explore. Awesome. Thank you, Gigi. Thank you for the donation. Let me wrap up these comments. Oh, God, I have a class now online. My teacher just sent the link. Bye. She's like, oh, shit. That's funny. Bye, V Cookie. Sorry I didn't get to say goodbye. Do we gain spirit guides throughout life? Yes, I definitely see it as you definitely gain spirit guides. You also sometimes you don't lose them, but like sometimes they fulfill their purpose. You don't see them as often. So I have some guides that have been with me from like day one. I have some guides that are with me only temporarily for a situation. I think the last live, maybe it was like 2 lives ago, I shared how my son is 11 months old, and I picked up on a horse in his bedroom. And I was like, whose horse is this? This is not my horse. I don't have a horse guide. And he's like, hey, I'm with your son. Like, I'm your son's guide. And he was like rolling his eyes at me like, duh, I'm with him. And I was just so like impressed. I was like, a 10-month-old can have a spirit guide? And all of my guides were like raising their eyebrows up at me like, yeah, like, we were with you for a long time. That we were with you like even before this life. Why would it be different than him? And I was just like, I don't know. But yeah, just case in point. And it was funny, if you guys follow me on Instagram, I was sharing, I have kids tarot deck cards, and I was letting my son play with them just because I wanted to see and I wanted to experiment. And it's spirit animal cards. And so he was funny because he was like shuffling with his feet, but he picked up a card, and what was it? A horse. Like, you can't make that stuff up. It's awesome. But I'm going to share that in the video. I did a pregnancy like series. I don't feel like it's very on point with a lot of my content, but I feel the obligation to finish it because I started it. So I'll share that video in that final pregnancy video. I get that in every reading, and I'm so allergic. That's funny, Gigi. I wonder, Gigi, if there's like some past life stuff going on there, or maybe if you just have like cat guides, especially if it comes up several times. Maybe something about their energy is just like something you need. I would look, I have a book on my products page that I recommend. It's Animal Spirit Guides. Maybe look up what the cat spirit guide is. How do I get your info for your class? So my video courses are on my website, if that's the class you're referring to, or if you're wanting to do that monthly psychic development like meetup that we do, that is also on my website under the services, and it's also on the events page. So whichever one you're looking for, you can sort of find it all on my website. Wow, horse, I know, right? You're very good at talking good, professional, and friendly when you talk to us. Good job. Thank you. I try very hard. That's the Virgo in me and the Pisces. I'm just kidding. I don't know. All right, guys. I've been on so ridiculously long. I have too much fun with you guys. I need to start earlier. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Again, next Tuesday, I will be doing more lives. If you want to catch me next time, I've got the dates and kind of like the link of when to see me in the description down below. Also on my events page on my website. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram. I'm trying to get a little bit better about my Instagramming. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'm just so appreciative for all your love, all your support. I've been doing this channel for so long, and it's so nice to actually talk to you guys, get feedback in these live nights. I absolutely love doing them. But feel free to reach out to me anytime if you need a reading. You can book a reading on my website. It's pretty easy. Pick a date, pick a time, pay for it. It's all set up. And what else? New videos coming your way. I got a Ouija board video. I've got how to read tarot intuitively video. I know I'm going to be recording one in 2 weeks, which is that haunted house one. So it'll probably take a little bit longer to get up. But again, if you subscribe, you won't miss them if you forget. Awesome. Thank you, Christine. I'm glad you found me. Just saying hi and bye, Lauren. Hi, Silly Rabbit. Thank you for popping in and saying hi. Thanks, Carla. What's your name? LOL. Are you asking me? I'm Lauren. Lauren with a Y. Some people have been like trying to contact me and they search Lauren with an E and then they're like, how do I find her? So Lauren with a Y. I'm a little weird, but it's kind of nice because then you know it's me. Not very many Laurens that are Ys and psychics. Hey, Lauren. Oops, sorry. Right as Julian jumps in and says Lauren with an E. Don't worry about it. Happens all the time. You don't even know. That's so funny. Let's see. I think that's it, you guys. Video courses are on my website. Oh, and I just released an animal communication course. So if you want to learn your animal communication abilities, definitely check that out. I would still recommend taking my basic psychic skills course first, because I feel like a lot of that foundation transfers over to animal communication. But if you just want to start with animal communication, check out that course. Again, everything's on my website. You can find everything through the links in my description. I'm going to jump off. Thank you, Silly Rabbit. I will see you guys next Tuesday. Look out for my next video this Friday. Don't know what it is yet, but I'm going to edit something for you guys. I will see you all next time. Bye. Thank you so much.